Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome back to another episode of Meridian Springs. And today we've actually got two habitats to show you, plus additional just like kind of random details around the zoo. But what I'm working on here is going to be a giant anteater habitat. And we're like kind of right outside of the grizzly bear habitat that's kind of in the cave. If you watch like the last few episodes, you'll kind of know where we are. But there's like a small little space here, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to put. And then I was like, well, let me think about some smaller animals that don't really require a huge habitat. And the giant anteaters seemed like a great choice because not only do they not need a super giant habitat, but as you know, if you've watched the last, handful of episodes, we've been choosing our animals based on if they have like a machine counterpart in the Horizon series. And in the sequel, Horizon Forbidden West, there is a machine called the Spike Snout, which is basically a giant anteater. So I was like, well, hey, that's perfect. It fits with like the theme of the zoo, and they can fit in this like little corner here that's not too big. But when we made the grizzly bear habitat, we have like an outdoor viewing area, and I did this sort of like leveled little garden thing right here. And I thought it would be cool to kind of continue that design and use it in the habitat itself. So that's what I did, and I think it turned out really cool because it just kind of like blends in really well. The habitat doesn't look like it's like separate from like the scenery and everything around it. I think it turned out really good. The another thing which I don't think is in this time lapse is I did a really cool, or at least what I think is a really cool bridge that goes over, like we have the 4x4 ride. It kind of like dips down a little bit so that it can go under the path. And I was like, well, we need a bridge over that. So I did this really cool bridge. If you follow me on Twitter, I posted some pictures about it. I think it turned out really, really cool. It's definitely, I mentioned that I think this area feels almost the most like Horizon Zero Dawn. I think you could almost like just put it right in that game. But yeah, I did a bunch of like little details. I actually if y'all know Wix, he's an amazing creator. He does a lot of stuff with Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster, but he made a workshop items called the Traveling Merchant, which I'll link in the description below if you want to get it yourself. We'll take a look at it when we get to the real-time gameplay. But it was like, it's super cool. It fit with the theme. I usually don't like using workshop items like in my builds, not because I don't think they're good, just I like making my own things. So I generally don't use stuff from the workshop, but his Traveling Merchant was just so good, and it fit really well with the Horizon theme that we've got going on. And then I actually had a live stream over on my Twitch channel. It's been a couple months since I streamed Planet Zoo over on Twitch, and it was a lot of fun. We did a lot of cool stuff, but we extended the 4x4 ride, and we also added a platypus habitat. Again, we were kind of trying to think of other animals that have a counterpart in the Horizon series, and specifically, I should say, with the two most recent DLCs, the Wetlands Pack and the Conservation Pack, just because those are the newest ones, and I haven't really had a chance to add many of the new animals. The last episode we added the Przewalski horses from the Conservation Pack. That I couldn't really think of any others from the last two DLCs that has sort of a corresponding or counterpart machine. So we just wanted the platypus because they're fun and unique, and we decided to go with an animal that, you know, where we could add some water and have the swimming mechanic and everything. So that turned out really cool. I think that this area has expanded quite a bit in the last, pretty recently. So I'm excited about where it's going. I've kept this like tiered kind of garden thing going around, which you'll see when we get to the real-time gameplay. But I think this just about does it for the time lapse. So let's go ahead and jump into the real-time gameplay. All right, everybody, and here is this little finished area. So this is the giant anteater habitat that we were just working on in the time lapse. And like I said, I think it turned out really cool. I'm super happy with it. It all just like I said, blends in really nice. I love this like little tiered, you know, when I made this little viewing area for the grizzly bears, I just did this kind of tiered garden thing, and I don't really know why I did it. It just, I think because this was kind of high up in the air, I wanted it to kind of gradually come back down. So I did, you know, came up with the idea of having the different levels. If we go back over here, like it just looks like, you know, the habitat is just part of that. I also really like this. I like how this kind of caps off and it's kind of just round. And then we have their shelter in here. You can also look down there and kind of see them a little bit. Although the guests can't see that. They'd never be able to see that, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. At least I think it is. And then just filled in like the corner with, this is all like the new grass that came with the conservation pack. I just think it's definitely one of my new favorite things. So the grizzly bears are in there, and when we built that habitat, we added the little the staff area here, and so I decided to use this for the giant anteaters as well. So I just made like this little gate here to just kind of block off the staff path that goes back there, even though it's non-functional, you know, like as you can see, the staff just phase through it. I thought it looked better because I realized a lot of times when I do these staff only entrances, I'll usually just do like an arch of some kind, but I wanted to actually block it off and kind of and conceal that area from the guest view. And then what I was talking about, the time lapse, this is Wick's traveling merchant. Again, I just thought it fit so well with the theme of our zoo, and of course is making use of the new boxless shops that we have, which is awesome because it allows you to do things like this. You'd never be able to make something this small with like one of the box shops. So that just turned out really good. And I added like, you know, picnic table, a couple benches here, just like a nice little shaded seating area. And then if we turn around, so this is the bridge I was talking about, which, you know, I just think it looks really, really cool. I'm super happy with it. It's different than, I guess, a lot of the other bridges. You know, usually I'll just do something like this and then put railings on the sides. This one I wanted to be a little bit different. I actually was looking at images of bridges in Horizon Zero Dawn, and this is not like meant to be an exact replica of one that I saw, but I definitely took ideas from one, you know, adding like the metal tracks and stuff there. It just added a little extra touch, and the chains as well. These new lights, if you watched the last episode, these new lights are from the conservation pack. The rope and the light is one object, and then the little basket is another one. So another great piece of detail. And then this is just a little, so coming off, so the restaurant's there, and just coming off over this way, just again doing some detailing around here. You can see some more of the new grass I added around. Added these new like little light posts here, which I think are really cool. And then another thing I've been doing to kind of coincide with the animals that have a machine counterpart, I made a spike snout sign here using the Australia sign pieces. I also realized I had added a little sign here that said AKA giant anteaters, but I clearly didn't save after I added that, but that's okay. This area also looks really nice at nighttime, I feel like. Just has like lots of lights everywhere. Of course, this sign is lit up too. Those are lights. But the bridge looks really good. And then the nice little seating area there. I just think everything turned out really cool. Super happy. Like I said, this is one of my new favorite areas because I think it feels the most like Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't, but I think it does. This gives me Horizon Zero Dawn vibes. So we're gonna use the new Explore Mode camera and kind of make our way over up here. So that's the grizzly bear viewing area for the outdoor part of their habitat. And then this bridge is over here. And then a lot of this, actually I would say probably half of this was done on live stream. Half of this I did after the live stream. But this is a path that goes over the new platypus habitat. So that's the platypus habitat. And when I was building this, I originally wanted this to be like an underwater viewing area. But then I didn't really design the layout very well, and it just didn't work out the way I wanted to. So instead, it's just an above water viewing area. But yeah, this is the underwater area for them where they can swim around. Looks good, I think. But one of my favorite things about this is how, again, I brought the tiered kind of garden design all the way over here, and I think it looks really cool. Like it's like the habitat is built into this kind of tiered garden thing, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I don't see the platypuses. They must have gone into oh, there's one. Yeah, they can use the new small burrows. I'm guessing the other one must be in there. Oh yeah, there it is. Sleeping away in their burrow. Yeah, this is our platypus habitat. Again, just super happy with the way it turned out. And then decided to add another station for the 4x4 ride. And all of this I did off stream, but I wanted to almost make it look like a loading area. You know, maybe this is just like a little merchant area or something. So added the building, and some of these props are also from Wix, like the boxes, the barrels there. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. I think the barrels and the boxes. Oh, and the well here. Those are Wix. But yeah, just adding kind of random things around. It's not done yet. Obviously, you can see like all down here needs more details. All this needs new detail or more details. Then I added this building here just to kind of make it feel more alive. We'll probably do some more buildings around here. Maybe on this corner here. Maybe something over here, just to kind of bring it all together with lots more like props and clutter and things like that. I think, you know, that kind of stuff really sells like the Horizon vibe. I also brought in these palm tree planters that I created over here for the elephant and rhino habitats. This area was directly recreated from an area that's in Horizon Zero Dawn. It's always funny, the elephants, when they're sleeping, they just look like they're dead. but you can see them breathing. They're quite alive. They just look dead when they're sleeping. And then again, this is our new the Przewalski horse habitat, which we just added in the last episode when the DLC came out, Conservation Pack DLC. But yeah, that's all the newest additions to Meridian Springs. You can see we still got a long ways to go. I mean, all of this still needs developed, which when you're looking at the whole thing may not seem like that much, but when you get down here, like that's a lot, especially if like you look at like the staff. That's a lot of space. So there's still quite a bit for us to add. I don't know how many episodes this series will go. Probably around the, I'm imagining probably around the same that Horror Zoo was. 20-ish, 30, around 30 maybe episodes. I think this is what, 22? So we'll see. You never know. There you are, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Meridian Springs as we watch one of the platypuses swim around. Let me know in the comments maybe some animals from the either wetlands pack or the conservation pack that you would maybe like to see. If you have any other ideas about just any other existing animals that kind of, if you've played the Horizon games that have a machine counterpart from the Horizon games, definitely let me know as well, because those animals will definitely take priority if they have a counterpart in the Horizon series. But yeah, as always, be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. Make sure to click the link at the top to check out the rest of this series.